to fight, brawling towards A lobby. Boaster the one leading the charge, and he's got 3!
Boaster really getting involved with a lot of the duels on their attack side last time for FNATIC, but immediately setting the tempo, and KC fully crunched.
Yeah, Alpha here on the flag. Both players not looking. Sugetsu turns, flicks Alpha's head. Also the spike. Just to look for a way towards one of the sites.
A inclined as it stands, but back into 3 players on the FNATIC side, and only going to get 1 in the end.
His positioning.
Thinking about a recommitment towards the mid space, but Sugetsu is holding on to it. And a real advantage for KC now, a 5 versus 3. Crashies has spotted this as well, so Boaster teeing up the blind side, gets the first of the kills off the back of the paranoia, and Crashies right behind it. 10 seconds. Spike only now going in, and the flank has been detected. Kron on the scene. KC starting to fight towards defender spawn.
Yeah, there's also a dart that Crashies can use to set up Kron as well, if he can get into position in time.
From behind this Viper wall, it does feel like a good opportunity to split the post plant that is currently sat on site, but Sadak from the corner, resolute with the rifle in hand now. Kron has work to do to try and by the Viper wall from Kron. Sad a little more defensive on B, but Kayak's done his job. The op in play, finding that first kill, where they went down 3v5 before. Oh my lord, Martine immediately catches our attention. Who could he possibly get from this position? KC completely stalled out, and with Kayak on the angle, it's Martine to win the fight. Has his number this time. Kron still playing behind the cloud. Break of the dart, and KC reconsider.
Yeah, I mean, they've got so much time to play with. Why would you try and exec into a site where all of FNATIC's players are? But as ever, FNATIC on the prowl, trying to be proactive and trying to get to C site first where Alpha is.
The Viper wall is up as well. It's only going to help aid Alpha here make this crossing. Safe passage backside. Martine to try and open up the play. Has he been left unconsidered? It seems to be the case, but Martine does crack the whip and collect his 4th.
Still a trap there for KC to get that extra information if needed, and they're trying to explore elsewhere. KC get 1 back, make that 2, make that 3, and it's Pyro to do it. Torn out of garage, trying to make his way through, but you look at the position of the last 2 players, there's no way that Kron should have a chance. A little bit more hesitant to move any further forward. He's the weak side of this hold, and Boaster at the same time gets caught out towards the left side of B main. The players making their way towards A, get denied by Crashies, but that spike will be going down, or will it? That's a big Hunter's Fury, and manages to get 1. That's FNATIC, 3 to the good.
Martine with 4 players to get past. He's found his first.
Yeah, you know he's good for it, but he isn't good for any more.
Placing swamp grenade.
It is though. Oh, towards garage, and Sadak all on his own with no possibility of being traded, gets caught out.
One of the times you do see the 4-1, now into garage.
That blaze wall's doing so much. The alarm bot can't see the players walking through. One gets picked up. Boaster though, looking for a quick trade.
Drop down, but Sugetsu expects it. Knows Boaster's tricks well. KC and FNATIC more than familiar. KC have been able to turn these situations on their head, but a 5 versus 3 as Kron makes the next incision through B.
In timing to allow the spike down easy enough. But where does KC go with a post plant on the front foot?
Still 2 flashes left here for KC. One of them used by Martine to take that aggressive fight. Sugetsu notes the flank. They should be looking towards defender spawn now.
Yeah, but the time and the delay, it's going to not work in FNATIC's favour. They want all 3 players here, and with Alpha so far away, it's going to allow Martine to play in the smoke. 2 apiece. More utility being sent forward, and that smoke going allows Alpha the next kill. Sugetsu now needs to clutch up a clean headshot, leaves him in a 1 versus 1 against Alpha. The spike looking to be halved, but Sugetsu looking to try and find the next fight, but it goes Alpha's way. And yeah, as you said, Viper's Pit deposited straight away, and 1 back towards FNATIC.
Plant in though. KC will just be looking for spam. Crashies can alleviate all of this pressure.
He can, and does. Big pick. Now the player's distracted in B, and Crashies knows about Sugetsu, trying to flank him. He's doing this all by himself and calling for players to get on the spike. But Aves is denying it.
No half.
It's not, but finally it will be. And now the players looking at FNATIC to find the picks, which they will. But is there enough time for Crashes to finish this out?
Just about. Aves doubling down though with this run it back. Alfayer's going to spot him and chalk off a lot of the HP. Molly at the feet, sets up Sadak, converts. Defuse still not yet worked on, but finally FNATIC have to get their hands busy. Kayak flooding out to create some of this space. There's no second layer, no flank this time. They're fully reliant being able to dissuade the players that face them down. Aves new lease of life back out of the ult. Another kill for him, and numbers in their favor until Crashes steps on the scene again. 3 kills from him, but it still might not suffice. A smoke post-mortem boaster, but it's Pyro. Such calmness. But this half is yet not completed, and Chronicle's already found the first of those kills. Kayak fighting from sight. Casey trying to retake this space, and Aves doing a brilliant job, but the backline has been compromised.
It has, and there's Alpha with a rifle here. The players now trying to search towards CT. Aves being the sole player to do so. He's not really finding much.
Take this full 9 yards. Aves gets caught, and now it is on Sadak. The captain to clutch it. Has a path to walk towards A, but locks eyes with Boaster. There is no way back for him now. Alpha closing the net. Sadak boxed in, running for his life, but no savior in sight.
The players squirming out, manages to escape, can't quite get the pick, but Martin still holds on towards shot, and Kayak has set his sights on finding him, and does. That should allow the spike to go down. FNATIC looking for extra information on the last 2.
The King of Pistol won't be outdone here. And with numbers on FNATIC's side, they've set up post, but still thinking about a potential flank with how long Martin was able to hold it down in sewers.
Yeah, there's absolutely no utility really that KC can use. Perhaps waiting for Sugetsu's smoke to chain their way out.
Looking for the contact on Kayak here.
Yeah, and well, Kron playing off him as well, trying to clear the corners and does so. This gets worrying because now at least Crashes against Sugetsu, but time getting low, and that's all Crashes needs to play with. Just deny Sugetsu the opportunity to defuse.
Sadak will have notification of this push in with his trap, but Martin fakes the TP. He's committed to long.
Yeah, he's tried to commit to the fight, and it's FNATIC this one, every single one. A site opened, spike can go down, and even enough time for Crashes to pick up an extra orb.
The blue wall built yet again, but cannot crumble if the road to Paris is to be a success. Trailing now in this game, Crashes opens things up from Graffiti. Aves getting sprayed with bullets, but it's Pyro at the double again. Their savior stepping up. Boaster low has to respect the wall. There's no time for the plant to come in. KC have stood their ground. They're heading towards B now. We've reached the 15-second mark. Still not yet made any progress onto the neck of the site itself. Martin with the first of the kills, and you're expecting more from KC. You're gonna get it. Martin on for a hat trick, and he'll manage to pick up all 3 of them. The spike has gone down in the meantime, but there's nothing left to be saved.
Pace that FNATIC have found at the same time. As Crashes looks to stand up to the flank, it doesn't work out, and now the front 2 players, or at least the front 1 of Poster, tries to find something back, and it doesn't work.
See, coming out of the timeout, looking rejuvenated.
TP last fought.
So we're here to find out. Martin has been gutted. Crashes to collect him. FNATIC backpedaling. This paranoia to reinforce the space, still not committed.
30 seconds left.
But time getting low, and you know FNATIC need to commit to the C site.
Behind lines of defensive cover, dark cover, Sugetsu in the corner, still yet to be cleared, time ticking down. Boaster has the ult, repositions A, clean from Chronicle to remove Pyro.
Yeah, in no man's land, need to brawl their way through the site, and it's not going to work. It's a choke point that KC are using, turning this into a meat grinder, and it's mostly FNATIC's bodies that have gone through it. Having to save, having to call it right here. And it's going to be KC reaching 11 within touching distance of map point.
Yeah, and part of this flood now backside.
Oh, Kayak at the back of side, looking to hold up himself, but can't quite do it. This is turning into a death match of a round.
The spike is heading elsewhere. FNATIC want nothing more to do with C as it stands. Kron has the pit, and Molly still not managing to get into the pit right now, walking around the side, dropping from the heavens instead, and Pyro is heaven sent. A triple kill on the round from KC's new player!
Massive for information.
Second reveal, hat off his head. Sadak letting it rip. Now KC in a position where they do feel yet again inclined to take 12 rounds. The setback only temporary. But FNATIC with the players to still create problems. You have to be thinking about Alpha here.
He's the big one, the one to unlock the site. Sadak. Oh, and Pyro in the corner allows FNATIC into the site potentially.
And now we need another big Martine moment.
30 seconds
Second
left.
mark now crossed, Spike still committed, and all three players on the KC side here.
As Graffiti needs to be cleaned, that's where a double stack of KC deposits are.
For the execution as it comes in, Martine has his, and both duelists deny it.
Bez up against Alpha, yeah, and it's Alpha to win it out. Sadak looking for something to go his way. The buy's still in favour of KC, even though FNATIC have a player advantage. But the set piece to set up Kayak and deny KC the round is there, as every single player will drop. On top of that, Hunter's Fury to deny anybody getting into sight, and Poster at the same time cuts off the rotates. It's looking worse and worse for KC.
One player less to consider though on the site as Boaster is removed. Crashy the same in main. Effective 3-on-3 if they challenge it, but KC slow on the uptake.
Yeah, that they are, but there's delay to come through. But Pyro at the same time finds Alpha here. From where? A brilliant spam, but Crashes at the same time finds that Sova. Time ticking away, and KC need to get a move on if they're to deny overtime.
Inserting himself in the corner, Molly at the feet of Ava's decision to be made. He sits around for long enough to collect it, but there's no second swing. Oh, it finally comes in delayed from Boaster. Schoolboy, it would seem, shut down, and now numbers KC. Collecting all of that information, it has enabled the stack, and still Alpha goes down. No synergy between the remaining members. Has to be the Crashy show. Needs to see his name in lights, but put out in the dark by Martine.
4 against 1, a Kayak clutch, a glass cannon up, and a run it back heading his way.
Make it a fifth, but he's found the first of them. Wallbang is ambitious. Off, looks like he's gonna stick it as long as possible, and the trap's done its job. Alpha closing the distance, quick trade.
There it is, and garage control important because there is no smokes and there is no players left on C. Alpha caught out trying to escape, brings us back to the 2-on-2.
Pyro with Martine, so many big clutches between the two of them, and now the 2-on-2, Kron and Crashies.
Yeah, I mean there's so much initiation to try and get out of garage, but that utility could be the run. Oh! But instead it's Martine, and he'll win out. Map 1 for KC.
We've been waiting to see Martine make his return to the top of form. That's been detected, and Alpha up in heaven does get taken out by Pyro.
And that it does. Crashies though still holding on towards CT, the lone player here, and he's finally routed out. Poster pushing forward, but it doesn't work out in his favour. Neither does the post plant.
Smoke. So the one we saw Sociable using, but it's Martine with a smoking gun. The Bulldog collecting 2. No stranger to the controller role. We've seen him on an Omen before, but this Brim right in their face is such a problem right now as the bonus goes from strength to strength.
Still continuing on. FNATIC through V main. Fearless delay coming through, but that flash is absolutely perfect. And Kayak can't go any further. FNATIC are having real problems with trying to get out of these mains.
Oh, and Sugetsu there even finding the next kill. This could very well end flawlessly. Poster has work to do. He's not even going to find one, and it is an in-zone flawless. These mains spread themselves a little thin.
And just not winning any fight whatsoever. The re-engage, the utility, they're being pushed back at every point, but there is an opening. And that opening is the B site. Martin notes the players coming out of there, and that is where the spike is, and Crashes all alone will get taken out. So a 2 versus 5 to try and clutch from for FNATIC.
Plenty of ground still to be covered, but FNATIC have both controllers up. They can put a wall of smoke in front of KC, but ultimately need some kind of tangible advantage, and that's where they begin to hunt through elbow.
Scanning ahead.
Still taking their time to come back in. Don't want to get taken off guard by the last two players, but they will do. And that's the main part of the forces. There's even a molly to take anyone off the spike. Cosmic Divide put in, but it's Chronicle! Left, Spike needs to go down. FNATIC need to unlock this site, but they are locked out without a key.
Ooh.
But unless Crashes is able to buy this round, the other two players for Karmine Corp are nowhere near the A site.
Crashes to see if he could do. His teammates couldn't. It would be back-to-back clutches for FNATIC. He's had time to set this up. No info yet on the two retaking defenders though from KC.
Crashes distracted by CT. Oh, switches up. That paranoia is huge. It's hit Crashes spot on. No lines of sight and no way. And this round gets so weird because KC are trying to brawl their way through and FNATIC are trying to brute force their way into sight.
They don't want to go A. They want to follow up on Chronicle. He's lurked all the way through B, now getting a chance to fight Sugetsu. Oh, the gun barrel!
No way!
It's completely done a disservice. And so that is the route to B now open.
Well, KC, they need to try and re-clear through CT, and Kron is ready for the next fight.
Take it on the chin. Lick of damage, trying to run, but the sight line opens up. And with Alves finding that,
30 seconds left.
his numbers back
Planted.
to KC's favor.
Crashes next up. Look.
Clearing utility to try and find him here as Crashes forward position has found two heads. The dome piece removed and now it's on to Boaster. Crashes has done his best. Can Boaster stand up and complete the task? Of course he can.
Using the Viper's Orb against FNATIC and found a pocket in which to work with, and it works out in his favour. A double kill. One more player to find to make sure that this A main's his, but it's Kayak through length that wins out and opens up the A site.
Smartly played from Martin. He's done his job of slowing down the push into the retake. Sugetsu has a timing and wins it. That's huge. KC into another retake with numbers.
The Karmine Corp players are on top of it, but time is getting low, and you know the players need to start to get to work to get this one done. Crashes, knows that the spike's being worked on, but with Sugetsu there, it will be a Karmine Corp round. Again, find themselves in a difficult position. But the patience is what always does them so well. On towards Pyro they go, and he's holding on. Alpha, spike down, and now Chronicle. He's only got a stinger, for God's sake. He's got no chance in hell of winning this round. So time but to split through mid, and look at how far they're going.
Needs to be careful not to get caught here, and he does. Kayak the next to follow it up. Spike still in the hands of Crash. He's still entertaining the possibility of this duel. The B site is free. They don't know that yet. Kron's still working his way through. Oh! Big Alpha play in middle there. Okay.
Kayak's done so well there. A double entry. This is fights that they've not been winning. Haven't. With Kayak holding on from down low, trying to make their approach through the pit is not to be advised, but Kayak and his utility gets caught. Time now starting to get low, and this round going into the realms of FNATIC, into the realms of it being an 8-4 half, which is exactly what is needed if there's going to be any semblance of a comeback for FNATIc. Yeah, Althea respecting the push coming through, but not respecting Sadak as he finds the entry pit.
Who's the one furthest forwards? Yeah. The rest of KC now flooding, getting themselves on site, but looking for a way out, an option to set up this post plant.
I thought for a minute the spike was heading here as well, but instead, no, it's just Martin and Sugetsu. But listen,
Enemy remaining.
there's a contest on the Prince of Pistols. It seems to be Alfiera, and he'll win FNATIC it.
Crashy's on the line, he's gonna take the next off those players. KC walking into trouble, not much health left on the remaining forces that are now trying to recuperate towards B, and Kayak will drop. Still so much work to be done.
To try and get out of. Nah, no chance. KC, this bonus round is going FNATIC's way.
Still dwindling around, but here is Kron. The onus put on him here. Quick trade. Headshot maybe over-delivering in that situation because it's kept it at 3-on-3. Elevated position Sugetsu. No more to be done from him in the round. And we're still at an even man count as it continues to draw forwards. Double stack of players for KC. Walking in with the Odin. Alpha at the back of the pack. It's Arvez. Spike needs to hit the deck still. Not committed. Finally, it's a last gasp opportunity, which Crashies cannot deny. The kill's still in place for FNATIC, but KC have numbers.
That they do. Only one player better, and still Kron to come through, but he's flanking.
Alpha and elbow. Completely unchecked here. Vigilant round the corner, collecting the first. Quick trade. Sadak has his number, as do KC. He will set up the contact, the captain. It's Arvez to swing, but it has to be through the molly. Disciplined, in position.
Of this link position, but the body's there. The Odin not hitting. Crashy's missing out, but Poster up close with the stinger, and players have been softened up, which Kayak will manipulate to his advantage. Spike on the floor,
2v1.
and Kayak chasing him down. He needs to be careful.
He has the spike and a full util belt.
Yeah, but 9 bullets in the chamber. That might be all he needs. And that's exactly it! Mid, they've never really dealt with the top of it. And Kayak, the player who clutched up last round, put under the cosh. Chronicle's there, and he's been set up perfectly! It's multi-kill madness in this round, in this map! Look at Crashies.
Walking out, Kayak, first blood on the round, shut down quickly, Sugetsu on the swivel, Viper wall up, Kron caught with his hands in his pockets, 2 players peeking, still gets out beyond the half wall, and Crashies taking down Martin. It's a massacre in middle, yet again. FNATIC starting to now move in front on Corrode. Not playing with the util, Sadak holding, and has Kayak dead to right.
Flashing.
On the angle. Alfier just re-clearing A in the meantime, using his flash and taking down Sadak. 4 versus 3, KC have numbers, but it's that scaling I was talking about. A lot of ground to be covered through the A courtyard.
Yeah, and a lot of vice utility to try and get through as well.
Also Kron's orb, a little more time bought.
And Alfier has support. It's Poster, and Alfier straight away knocks the next head, hitting his crosshair.
Face your fear.
Spike on the ground, Nightfall invested. KC need to try and make their way towards A. They encircle it. Still, an orbital strike to clear out the site. Alfier just managing to escape, or so I thought. No, instead, they've opened it up clearly, and Kron has to try and make his way back through.
Multiple clutches for the man already. Could the most decorated player in VCT add another clutch to his collection?
She's Odin, but it hasn't really netted anything in terms of a kill. But Poster maybe shown a bit too much, gives a pick to KC.
Still players low on the KC side though, one of them, Martin, melted through the wall. The hopes and dreams of this team might be slipping through their fingers. Sadak's trying to get off site. Full setup from elbow in post, but where is the spike planted in all of this? Is there safety? A sanctuary perhaps for KC? Something to sit on? Could they take it to OT? Or are FNATIC going to hold the line all the way through? Crashy seems to think so! Bold from the corner, util sent out. Still Sadak trying to hold the line, but Poster bests him captain on captain. Kayak the next, FNATIC 1 by 1. Making this attack work. And KC have been foiled. Their plans deleted. Alpha, one more. And now Martin has it all on his plate.
Against 4 as well. Kron in the corner, 2 players to try and swing off of him. This is everything that FNATIC want.
As soon as that reload is hit, Chronicle smells the blood in the water. Eyes bigger than his stomach, perhaps. Martin will get away with another, but this attack round and how pivotal it could be for FNATIC is everything, as KC will have to go back and win another one of their own. There's simply not enough time on the clock to make it happen. Here to receive it. Fight in main, double reveal. Aves looking to profit off it, but Kron at the double. He's held up his end of the bargain again.
And so is the rest of FNATIC. That spike.
Chronicle has the jump up here, and as Sugetsu walks in, it's the spike fouled. FNATIC moving ever closer. Pyro to pull them out of a bad position. And Chronicle yet to be cleared. 20 seconds or less, or we're going all the way to bind. Pyro walking in. He's not going to find it with this one. So FNATIC will restore order, at least for the time being. Have to force out a hookah hit.
Yeah, that they do. And there's also a Vez holding from CT. Boaster finds Pyro, and Martin now under fire. Everybody on B is gone. And Sadak has a long road to walk to. You can see Alpha getting ready for the flank. The FNATIC players delaying to play him in the pistol round.
From this position. The gold standard so far as this game has continued onwards.
Try and break this one down. The utility through. Looking a bit dodgy, but Chronicle will end up with an ace in the end. KC in a bad spot, but so FNATIC in terms of time. They're patient as ever, and we'll get that spike down. Two players remain on the defense side, and FNATIC have an advantage, but that extra player only has a pistol.
Keeps things interesting. Lurk of Chronicle has been cut out, but Alpha's looking to interrupt this with his timing through lamps, so Sugetsu has a lot of space to clear.
Yeah, so, I mean, full sight, right? Where the players are sitting. They went in towards Showers, but that's where Boaster was, didn't find him. It gets worse and worse, because as the time ticks away, the value of utility should be better. Alpha activates and takes out Sadak. This is going to have to be the surrender in the site. It's going to be FNATIC to win the bonus round.
Crash is closing in.
FNATIC scaling up. There's players behind us. A little bit scary.
And Sugetsu has survived through the salvos.
Yeah, that he has, and he's went even further forward. FNATIC, well, it's still Kron alive and well, but it's only him. Think about it, but I think he wants just one more. He gets the opportunity, plenty of opportunities. Trying to keep KC interested on that A side of the map, but TP's back in. A Cosmic Divide has allowed Pyro an opportunity to find Alpha here. 3 players left on FNATIC, and where do they go? I mean, to invest the Viper's Pit, give themselves some semblance of a foundation in which to work. Boaster supporting Kron here. The players of KC are starting to encircle, starting to collapse on down, and crashes down. First 2 players caught.
Hang on.
14 low as well. Sugetsu on the spike. It's just a 1 versus 1 essentially, but Crashes wants to deny the spike plant.
It is net placed right in the forefront still. FNATIC not quite out. Sadak still holding it down. First of the kills picked up, and Boaster, recall of the smoke to wade his way out into the corner, and bests the captain on the opposite side. Sugetsu still doing his job, and KC backfilling this space with bodies. Pyro peeking out. A confident move to make, but one which has established that authority, given them complete site control with the spike. The times of some change on the horizon. An aggressive move made themselves. Double combo on the flashes is fantastic. And Martin teed up to take the first of the round.
Oh, Kayak at the same time catches Sadak trying to retreat. There's an opportunity to get the spike towards the B site, but it's so far away. KC
its way through. It is B though. There isn't enough time. Martin inside the smoke. The first of the kills, needs more though, and finds himself removed. Sugetsu looking for the gravity well to stop the plant, but it just about goes in. Crashy's edge of the area.
And both KC players now together. There's no Dizzy, there is a wingman to clear close corners, but both players make their approach.
One of them dropping in from hookah. Sugetsu without a star to use. Silent drop attempted. Kayak not yet hearing if it's all about timing. Peeks round, can't find the kills. Sugetsu punishes it, and it's all on Crashies. Finding form, finding his first. Wingman on the defuse.
Out of all this, right, was we were expecting an improvement from KC, and it still continues. That was the spike down.
Boaster finds a double, but it's that concession.
Yeah.
Alpha penalized.
Face your fear.
Nightfall to come in, Pyrol's way. This to set KC up for a 7th. All focus on him as it stands, but Sugetsu's arrived to the scene. The knight in shining armor sprays down his first, but there is more to find. Chronicle supported by Crashy's other side of the wall. Sadak arriving with an ult of his own. Corners to be cleared, it's not quite gonna hit, and Crashies stepping out into the open. Saving face for FNATIC. Sugetsu in another clutch. Kron on the other side. He's gonna flash himself for the peak. It's not the op, it's the shorty this time. 5 versus 3 situation. KC in prime position to get a 7th, to keep their advantage for the second half. But it's the B-side execution again
30 seconds left.
that we look towards.
If they can get these two players clean, FNATIC could find themselves in a 3 versus 3 post plan. Big if though.
Even bigger exchange about to happen. Boaster first through the window. Sugetsu able to claim it, as he is the rest with Sadak.
Kayak looking to find something else, break off the weaker arm of the push, but they haven't found Sugetsu. The stun will get him though. Put the advantage towards FNATIC as Kron looks to post it home. Unless Martin could come up with a clutch.
It's a must for Martin now. Has one TP, finds his first. Fade away, Martin. And the spike planted on the other side of the box.
Yeah, up against Crashies, but he's taking so much damage.
Casey still setting up, still no spike plant.
Yeah, and this is going to be a problem because FNATIC are now waiting for Kayak to get into position, and finally he does so, getting Sugetsu. Spike down, and the bodies of FNATIC ready to brawl, ready to fight, ready to send this one home! Perfect time.
Boaster playing anti-flash, waiting for Alpha to take contact, and it can't fight, spray!
And it goes their way. The
Down
spike
B.
though through the TP, and KC need to make their way back up B long.
Decide KC's fate for the rest of this year.
Oh! And it's a collat to wipe them out! Kayak with the escape. And he knows that another player could be close in towards Hookah. In fact, it's 3. Alpha here to support,
30 seconds
and not a lot of time left.
And it's a thankless task, jumping out from Hookah into the open arms of Kayak again.
But the utility, it's not even going to buy them enough space as Boaster finds Pyro, Alpha finds Martin, and FNATIC find 11. They've got everything that they need.
10 seconds
Sugetsu's
left.
trying to even just get away.
This round as it stands, those conversations of consistency to be brought back up again, because FNATIC ever consistent on their defensive holds.
remaining.
The spike has managed to break into the site through the hands of Sugetsu. He must deal them some kind of support here, but backed all the way out. Let's have some space to play with, but the wall forces him to fight in front.
Oh, and he's stunned as well. That should be it. As Boaster is the man to hold the defuse.
Position. They have the shower control again. KC need an outlet, need something in their last opportunity. Kron again, giving them nightmares consistently, plaguing them from getting to Paris, but KC responding, and there you go.
Time to jump.
But
Doesn't last for long.
it does not.
30 seconds left.
And FNATIC will start to have an idea, and a quick
Oh.
TP through
That's it.
allows KC to enter in towards this round with 2 big picks.
20
They're going
seconds.
elsewhere, and 20 seconds remaining. Kayak lies in wait, his operator to hit, and the spike down. Oh no, it's all falling apart. The wingman denied, and time getting so low that KC need to somehow find a way to win out, but no!
No plan!
There's no way!
Denied!
Not like this!
And that's how it ends, with complete chaos.